Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pitch Start podcast channel, and we're coming to you straight after the game between Eibar and Real Madrid ended. Like, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, enable notifications to receive all the updates of this kind of recap and the podcast on this channel. And it was an interesting game, certainly. It was a very, very entertaining game, a very open game. Real Madrid certainly looked like they were cruising in the start of it. 15 minutes in, they were 2-0 up. 6 minutes in, Benzema scored a brilliantly worked goal between the Real Madrid players. Brilliant team goal from the first finish to from the first touch to the last touch, which was Benzema's finish for the first goal. Then, of course, 6 minutes later, Benzema sets up Modric for a brilliant second goal. It was all peaches and creams for Real Madrid. They looked really in control of that game. Eibar didn't come anywhere near close to have any sort of momentum in that game in the first 15 minutes, and then Real Madrid dropped for unexplainable reasons. Really, they dropped in afterwards, and they gave Eibar a little bit of pressure. Eibar started playing a little bit more high up the pitch, but they were pretty condensed behind the ball. They started pressing, using 6-7 players behind the ball, really, in Real Madrid's defence, forcing a couple of mistakes and giveaways that were, if we don't pay attention, they weren't really exactly big signals to the mistakes that could have happened later, but Real Madrid certainly paid the price of dropping in the level, and they conceded a goal in 28th minute, near the half an hour. Brilliant shot from Kike Gomes with, Thibaut Courtois, no chance of getting to that. It was a really brilliant goal. It was more scruffy this game than it looks, really. And after that goal, I think Real Madrid have been really, really different. They couldn't have the same sting on the ball that they did for the first 15 minutes or so. They weren't as slick. Eibar were really winning a lot of balls, and they played the high line, trying to, set the offside trap really well, but they couldn't do it a lot of times. The first half ended 2-1 for Real Madrid, but certainly Eibar put up a really big fight in that. In the second half, Real Madrid started strong. They entered the better side in the first 15 minutes of that second half. Tried to show forward with a couple of chances, but they missed, the last touch. Eibar, also had a couple of chances, started growing into the game a little bit more after the hour mark. They absorbed the pressure of the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then they started attacking. By 75 minutes, Real Madrid pretty much were absent, really. They pulled themselves out of the game somehow, for some reason. Luka Modric was out, Asensio was in, Valverde was in, and Zinedine Zidane was all about trying to defend that 2-1 lead, because he knew that Eibar were coming at them with all sort of chances. There were crosses coming in. Ramos made a giveaway that almost resulted in a goal had it not been for another defensive clearance over the lack of good finishing and good decision making by the Eibar players, really. Yoshinori Muto was not making the best of decisions up front, really, alongside Takashi Inui. Bryan Gil was the highlight from me for Eibar, really, in this game. The youngster on the left hand side, he tormented Dani Carvajal and Lucas Vazquez. He gave them all sorts of work to do, running behind, running in the channels, giving the right passes at the right time. He was the player of the match for me. Screw man of the match awards being given to Modric. Bryan Gil is the best player in that game for me. Eibar gained a lot of confidence. They continued to play high, which was almost their undoing on a couple of occasions. They had a goal, of course, disallowed in the first half, and a couple of chances in the second half. Rodrigo went head-to-head with Marko Dimitrovic in a couple of occasions, but he was denied. Lucas Vazquez missed a couple of chances. Karim Benzema missed a couple. But, of course, Eibar, on the other hand, were almost catching Real Madrid on every attack that they have, really. They were finding the spaces behind Casemiro, who by the end of the game was really jaded. He doesn't seem to have his full fitness back, he doesn't seem to have his full sort of strength back, and he was struggling a little bit at the end. Eibar were really good, commendable performance, I would say, but again, when you get your chances against Real Madrid, you come at Real Madrid, you better not miss and you better not score. Literally a carbon copy of what happened against Athletic Bilbao. Eibar missing a crucial chance right at the death of the game in the 91st minute. They miss a crucial chance. Sergio Ramos with a brilliant clearance to deny Eibar a second goal. A throw-in from the same throw-in results in attack. A chain of events that ends up with Benzema setting Lucas Vazquez free on goal. 3-1. That's your lot for the game. Real Madrid, I'm not going to say that they lucked their way out of it, but certainly the score is not going to be telling of anything. I think it is more than just the scoreline. I think you need to look at the details of this game really to understand what happened really. Eibar with a commendable performance again. They put Real Madrid under pressure. Real Madrid looked cruising in the first 15 minutes or so, but then regressed a lot, and Eibar almost looked level to them at certain points, even better than Real Madrid at certain points of the game. But an important victory. Real Madrid would take it. They are back to the top of the table now, ahead of Atletico Madrid on goal difference and on head-to-head competition. Again, they would take the victory. Yes, it was a struggle, it was a little bit hard. This might be something that Zidane would need to work on, some of that lashing out from his side at certain points where they take leads, so it should be worked upon. Real Madrid still have some tweaks to improve, but for the moment they're going well really. They're picking up momentum, picking up points, and again, Benzema being the most crucial player for them. His movement is just so intricate, helping them get out of a lot of bad situations and bad troubles. That's it for the Eibar Real Madrid game. Like, comment on the video, share and subscribe to the channel, of course, enable notifications to receive all the updates. Follow us on social media at SidePSP, on Twitter, Instagram at PitchSidePod. You can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Google Podcasts or any other platform. And until tomorrow on the podcast, of course, I'm your host, the HOD of the PSP, and I'll be see you soon. Goodbye.